Everybody's asking the same question, of course, which is how do we increase the number of referrals that we get from our past clients, our sphere, our database, from our current clients? So let's dive into this key question today. And I'm super excited about some of the content I'm going to share with you about how to increase your referrals dramatically. So if you haven't subscribed guys, please do that for me. That's really valuable for my numbers and to increase the exposure of the content. If there's any questions or concerns that you guys have, I have 2 openings right now in my coaching schedule. So if you want to talk a little bit more about that, let's do that. Go down in the description. You'll find everything that I'm going to talk about and share today. So let's dive into how to increase your referability. So for a lot of you, you know that I've been on this topic of kind of video content. I just recently covered email marketing, and I also talked about how to go from a real estate salesperson to a real estate advisor, and what does it take to be able to pull that off. So inside of that conversation is this question of how do we increase your referability? How do you become someone that is more referable? Now, I was addressing this with one of my coaching clients the other day, and they said, well, I just provide really, really good service to my clients and to my customers. And I said, isn't that the basic foundation? Like, isn't that just what you're supposed to do, is provide high-level, high-quality customer service and experience, technical knowledge about how to help people buy and to sell homes and to invest in real estate? Isn't that the basics? So how to go above and beyond that to scale your referrals, right? For people to actually be inspired and motivated to refer you. So I wrote down a couple questions. I'm going to share with you 2 really powerful things, and I'm going to finish with something that I think is really critical about disruption in the business. So here's what I wrote down. Are you known as a sales agent? I help people buy and sell. Sales agent. Is the majority of your marketing and your branding want to buy, want to sell? Now's the time to buy and sell. Look, I did it. Look, I did it again. I've sold a house. I've sold another house. Hey, I've got another house for sale. Here's why you should hire me. Look how many times I've done it. Look at my sales volume. Look at how many sales I've done. If that's a majority of your branding and your marketing, then you are, in essence, just a sales agent, right? So, therefore, is that marketing messaging really referable? Okay? So, if we did an audit, and I do this immediately with all my new coaching clients, and we do an audit, and I say, okay, show me the sources of your business, right? If we looked at each sale and we said, what was the origin of this client, right? What I'm looking for is how many referrals did you get? And what I mean by referrals is, let me first tell you what I don't mean by referrals. So all my top agents and my veteran agents out there, most of you guys are doing a lot of repeat business with past clients. That's not referrals. That's repeat business. That means that you did a great job with your past clients and they appreciate and respect you. You stayed in good communication with over time, and then they used you again. But between the time that you first worked with them and the time that you worked with them a second time, how many times did they refer you to a friend, family, a neighbor, someone in their community? That is referability, okay? And that's what we're talking about. So in the audit, I would ask you and look, okay, from your past clients that you have, how many of them referred you to an opportunity, a friend, family, neighborhood? Of your sphere of influence, friends, families, neighbors, the communities that you're involved in, of that sphere of influence, how many of them who've never done business with you but referred you to someone else, right, or introduced you to an opportunity? Of all the professional services that you use and you recommend, from your landscape architect to, the mortgage guy that you use, to the title reps, to the escrow companies, to your tax accountant, to your attorneys. How many of the professional services that you have working relationships with, how many of them refer you? And of course is other agents around the country. Okay. And so, how referable are you? How recognized are you amongst your peer group inside of the agent community across the country? See, when I do an audit of one of my coaching clients on their referrals, that's what I look at. And it gives me a sense, are you referable? And so now let's actually get clarity about how to increase your referability. So in this conversation, there's two things that popped into my mind that are kind of help us to understand all of the stuff we've been discussing recently. Number one is Jay Abraham's The Strategy of Preeminence. Jay Abraham's Strategy of Preeminence. I'm going to put down below a link to one video where he explains the strategy of preeminence. I'll also put a link to, he's got a PDF that I looked at and it was phenomenal for you to go through on that. Okay, but when the strategy of preeminence, it says how to attract clients and be the most trusted advisor in your marketplace. So this is the key question. How do you and I establish ourselves as the most trusted advisor in our marketplace? See, isn't that the game? If you were able to achieve that level of status amongst your community, would you get more referrals organically, naturally? Yes. Now, let's marry that philosophy with a second concept called inbound marketing. Okay, if you don't know what inbound marketing is, I went onto Google and I typed it in and I looked up for the first definition I found from Marketo. And Marketo said, inbound marketing is a strategy that utilizes many forms of pull marketing, content marketing, blogs, vlogs, events, search engine optimization, SEO, social media, and more to create brand awareness and attract new business. Okay, now this last sentence is the sentence that I love. It says, inbound marketing consists of entirely organic leads. So it relies on brains rather than budget. Ah, that is exciting. Now, I'm going to share a link down below to a video from Marcus Sheridan, who wrote the book, They Ask You Answer. And this is a 1-hour presentation that Marcus Sheridan really unpacks this whole concept of inbound marketing and content marketing in probably one of the most powerful ways I've ever heard it explained. So I will share that link down below for you to learn more about how his journey of how he went in 2009 from no online marketing to huge success with his business, all through the inbound marketing and the strategy of preeminence strategy, really. Okay, so to increase your referability, we have to look at how to have you become the most trusted advisor in your market and to be executing high levels of inbound marketing where you're exercising your brains and you are putting high quality, high authority content on as many channels as you possibly can so people see and experience you as an authority and as an expert. And that is when, my friends, when they see you as that on all the channels, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or in your email marketing, right? And ideally all of those, LinkedIn is super interesting, as they see you as an authority, that is when your referability goes up. So let's talk a little bit about content, because really what we're talking about is you dramatically increasing the content that you are sharing amongst all the platforms inside of your community. And this is very difficult, I know, for a lot of my real estate agent clients who really struggle with content creation. So I want to make reference to two things. Number one is there's content creation that you create, and then there's curated content. Curated content is that you as an expert, as an authority, as the trusted advisor, you're actually going out and you're finding the best information, resources, articles, blog posts, videos. You're finding the best service providers, the best experts in all of the fields that are related, and you're curating content and delivering that to your community. So please know that curated content is equally valuable to building your brand and authority as the content that you create on your own. So we really need to be leveraging both sources. So I've created a list of topics and I've created a document for everything we've talked about here with all the links. So I'm going to provide a link down below in the description for you to get access to this link. Okay, so if you just go to that link down below in the description and then put your information, and I'll send you this document so that you can have it. Okay, but let's just touch some of the topics that we could be covering, whether or not it's in our social, whether or not it's YouTube, whether or not it's in email marketing, that would have you elevate your advisor position, you elevate your brand authority and relationships with all of the communities so that you become referable. Okay, now, before I go into the content, I want to share one nuance, which is the access to referability. Okay, so shout out to my great coaching client, Mr. Zach Nelson in Denver, Colorado. We talked about this probably on a previous video where he shared with me that he had 7 deals in escrow, and we were sourcing each one of those deals, and all of them came from referrals, whether or not they were referrals from past clients, referrals from the sphere, referrals from professional services that he recommends and uses, and or agent referrals. And I was like, wow, that is so, like, that is what we want, right? You know, that's completely next level to the Brian Buffini program is what we're doing here. And in that moment, I realized, wow, Zach's very referable. And you know what it was interesting is when I look at Zach and his great mom, Kathy, their YouTube videos, they're really highly well produced. They're really great content. And when I look at Zach's emails, it's a great structure with great content. And I was thinking about this and I was like, you know what? If I was and I have recommended Zach, actually, take that back. So, when I think about it, I was telling another agent in LA who has a friend moving to Denver. And I was like, oh, well, you have to use Zach. He's phenomenal. He's amazing. And then, you know what I did? I was like, here, I went on to my, YouTube. I found one of, Zach and Kathy's cool videos, and I just hit the share button and I just texted over to the agent. I said, here, check out Zach. You guys should, recommend him. He's awesome. So, by the way, having the YouTube video, having an email, I just sent a referral to one of my coaching clients, Adnan, in Toronto. Neil Patel and Eric Sue sent me an email this morning about high-level coaching and mastermind. And Adnan was asking me a really, really high-level question about relationship between views and sponsorship dollars on his YouTube channel. And I was like, I don't know what the answer is. But I was like, I know that Neil Patel and Eric Sue know the answer. And you know what I did is I pulled up my email and I was like, oh, look, that email that they just sent me this morning that I looked at, this was perfect. And I just shared it over to Adnan and I said, hey, I bet you Eric Sue probably knows the answer to the question that you would want to ask. See, Eric Sue and Neil Patel have a high level of referability in my mind. And so it was natural for me to recommend their email over to Adnan for him to learn more about the question that he asked. See, do you have that capability with your social, with your YouTube, with your email marketing, where your friends, family, the people in your world are like, hey, you need to check out my realtor? See, that's what we're talking about. So let's dive into this list of content. And again, just go down to, I'm going to just do a quick high-level overview through this. I'm going to be adding more and more points to this document. So if you jump in and get this document, and then I continue to edit it, I will just forward you the next edited version so that you can have a copy of this list of topics. So here's what I wrote down for the content points. We really need to be doing more content about our product called the marketplace. Okay? Neighborhoods, communities, cities, culture, lifestyle, history, price points, product types. Way more content about our product knowledge called our marketplace. Number 2 is, we've talked about this a lot, the housing economics and market cycles. Okay? Number 3, investing in real estate. How to build wealth in and out of your market, all the different ways to invest in real estate, understanding the numbers of investing, finance tools available. Okay? Real estate finance tools and strategies. How to get the cheapest loan at the best rate for all different types of buyers, all the different institutions, loan officers versus brokers, loan types, buyers, homeowners versus investors, right? Next, how to buy and sell, the process, your expert advice, your technical nuance, how you explain what you do, why you do it, and then how you do it. What you do, why you do it, and how you do it, your technical nuances, super important. Your unique perspective and the results your clients experience. So when you're working on your how to buy and sell process stuff, you want to share your unique perspective and the results your clients experience. Lots of behind the scenes. Tom's been talking about that for years. Behind the scenes and more case studies and stories, which I've been talking to you guys about a lot for a long time. Case studies and stories. Okay. I wrote down the point, expert advice that matters. Okay. If you want to be seen as the premier listing agent, two expertise that matter: negotiation and marketing. How you negotiate and how you market stuff is really the expertise that lends to being a great listing agent. Local law, taxes, policies that influence homeowners and investors. Big shout out to California Association of Realtors. Just sent a magazine yesterday about a bunch of the stuff that this organization has been pushing the state of California on to be able to open up more building and development in California, because we have a housing crisis of inventory, and which is driving prices completely off the charts. And a lot of it is policies that were put in place in California restricting more development, and also policy restricting builders to build more subdivisions. And so, when we have a lack of ability to create new inventory, then all we're selling is the existing inventory with strong demand and low interest rates and reasonably good economy. Prices just keep doing this, which technically isn't that great for everybody. Okay, so local laws, taxes, and policies that influence homeowners and investors. I will be sharing that information that I received from California Association of Realtors this week out into my community, because I really respected some of the stuff that they shared. Okay, cost of remodeling and or building, right? The hottest topic in Bravo right now is remodeling and cost of remodeling. In a bunch of the countries a bunch of the states across the United States, besides California, is a ton of new build, new construction, and communities to be featuring, and with all the latest technology and design and, just great communities. Luxury, for all of my luxury friends out there in LA and, Dallas and Miami and New York and blah, blah, blah. If you're not talking about design, you're not talking about materials and architecture, smart home, doing mansion tours and luxury home tours, featuring high-end communities and talking about these communities, well, you're totally missing the opportunity, missing the boat to position yourself as an authority and an expert. So you guys can see the topic list is off the charts. So again, go down and get my list. I'll continue to add more kind of details to each one of these bullet points so that it makes it easier for you to do two things, either curate content and or create your own. Okay. So last thing I want to say, which is us addressing the disruption in the industry. Okay. This is the hottest topic. So if you stuck with me this long, you're welcome. I wrote this down, the greatest concern in the industry today, the real estate industry today, is disruptor threats. Will tech take more market share from agents? Answer is probably yes. Will tech reduce agent commissions and fee structures? The answer is it's already happening. Will tech remove agents out of the home buying process? To be determined. Okay? Now, I wrote down the only solution that I'm aware of that gives you and me and all my friends a high valued place as a realtor in their communities, a high valued, a high paid place in our communities, is to establish ourselves as the preeminent real estate advisor, to become the most trusted real estate advisor in your marketplace is the only way to preserve you as a high valued, high paid real estate agent in moving into the future with all the tech. Everyone else that is just a sales agent, I help people buy, I help people sell. Do you want to buy? You want to sell? Now's the time. You should do it. It's a great time to buy. Market's really hot. Look how many times I've sold houses. Look how many houses I've sold. I'm the #1 home seller in the neighborhood. You're a salesperson, okay? Salespeople most likely will lose business to tech, get commission compressed, and ultimately will probably be replaced. So, my friends, we got to up our game with becoming the preeminent and working on our skills and promotion through inbound marketing. So, hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for following the channel. Please make sure you subscribe. If there's anything I can do to help you out, please get the information down below. If you haven't jumped in and subscribed to my email newsletter, I'm working on that as well to up my game there to provide you guys more awesome content from me and also awesome curated content as well. Have an awesome day. Thanks so much.